I think this season, has anyone gotten the $5, like $10, whatever the other ones were, bundles for the new cards? Has anyone gotten them, is my question. I think the answer is no. I haven't heard of anyone doing it. So maybe that's just, you know, people sharing their information, but I haven't heard of anyone who's gotten those specific variants. The 20, like any, as far as I know, everyone's only gotten the $20 USD bundle, which I'm not buying, and I'm wondering if anyone's gotten not that. Yeah, no, they only come up after you get the card, which I think is a mistake, by the way. That should not be the thing. I don't believe they should, in no shape or form do I believe that that should be the way that that works. I think it should be coming out every, like, at least for most, like, Series 5 releases, those should just be in the store. Like, why wouldn't you make that free, or not even free? Like, why would you not just make it so you can do a paid option to get the new card? Like, that feels like a very simple answer. Considering people can get, technically, free-to-play players can get every single card, why would you not make it so the other option is just free stuff? I'm going to just play Angela right now. I'm going to play Kate Bishop. It seems simple, but I'm assuming I'm missing something with it. Let's do this here. I actually don't know if I'm supposed to play Kate in this lane. I wonder if I'm... Ooh, Acid Arrow's fun. Mind Stone? I have Prio here. Let's go... Kitty Pride. That's an entirely different point, which I also do agree with, by the way. Buying a variant for a spell that's just going straight into the banish pile is just not worth it. I agree. 100% I agree. Am I playing Acid Arrow in this lane? I want it to go mid, but I feel like they're going to fill here because of it. I'm going to snap so they fill. And then I'm going to play... I think they're going to Reality Stone here. I'm going to Acid Arrow so they do this. I'm actually going to Grandmaster in this lane. Shoot! Oh my gosh, I'm such a thrower. So bad at this game, y'all. I mean, by the way, that's 3 triggers on top card in my deck currently. Space Stone. Okay. Losing the reality isn't bad here. Losing my surges, I think, is not good, but I'm actually okay with it, aren't I? I think I'm okay with the surge stuff. Don Mr. Fantastic is fine. I'm going to play him here. Kitty Pride into Zombie Giant Man. They're going to Shang-Chi probably. Or play or play Shadow King. And I think I'm okay with both of those. Because I can play, I think I don't play for this left lane after this turn. I think I don't play for the left lane. I think I can try to win the other lanes currently. And hope that they overcommit left. Because now they can only play a singular card left, and that would most likely, if I had to wager a guess, it will most likely be a Thanos. And also, at least it makes us feel somewhat better. The Acid Arrow wouldn't have actually mattered in the end. I filled the left lane here as well, in case it wasn't obvious, in order so that Zombie Mr. Fantastic brings the Horde out into the right lane. All right. Cobra. They're running Cobra. Where's Wombat? Where's Wombat? That's insane. Gamers actually running Cobra in the year 2025. That's wild. Do I not play for the left? I don't want to play for left anymore. What if I do Zombie Scarlet Witch, Grapple Arrow into Kitty Pride, and then I activate? I don't think they play many cards over here. Apparently Cobra might be meta. I'm going to do this play. This might be really bad, but I like not playing for the left lane anymore. And worrying about these lanes where I think there's a realer chance of me losing. Yeah, so even if they Cobra me, I'm only losing 3 points there. So I still have 9. They've got Legion. It's a good thing I didn't play for that lane. We win. Wow, a nice casserole. Yeah, good good thing I didn't play for that left lane anymore. Wild, they had more infinity stones. Why would they not play any more stones? Why would they just not play any more stones? That's wild to me. I don't know what their plan was, but we're gonna take it. Let me recross into the 90s because I definitely haven't been struggling this season. Nope, definitely not. Next game. We got Weird World. What do we got for Weird World? Venom into Carnage. Yeah, they're definitely. I'm gonna say they're real. I don't have a couple of my cards that I would have liked to have, but they don't have their 2 primary destroy options. So I'm gonna snap them, but I'm not snapping immediately because I don't want them to retreat. I would snap 2, but I don't want them to know what cards I got. True, yeah, unless they have Deathlock, we'll be fine. I don't love the hub. Ooh, Cosmic Ghost Rider's fun. I'm gonna snap. Now I snap. I chose not to snap earlier because I really didn't want them to think I was snapping off of getting their 2 best destroyers from Weird World. But now I'm snapping because I think now they don't know why I'm snapping, or at least they have less of an idea. Both have potential prio here. Miniaturized Lab is interesting. Who has prio? You do. Okay. Let's go Kate into Hunger. They can Red Guardian me if they got my Red Guardian because we haven't gotten that yet, so there's a real chance they got that card. It sucks being just knowing the thing so often. Or just knowing what's going to happen so often. It's difficult just being correct all the time. I don't know. I don't know how I do it. Let's go, they could have Killmonger. Killmonger's a real card they could have. Honestly, is this a Carnage game? Do I Carnage now? Let's Acid Arrow into Carnage. I'm assuming they have Deathlock. I would love to Cosmic Ghost Rider them. I think it's this. Mansplaining is leading to mathing, which is leading to something. What is that? What is the end of that whole thing? Tom, for thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well today. Appreciate the streak, man. Mandamaka. We're chilling. I think we're actually okay here. Like the Acid Arrow isn't doing anything, but also I've just made it so what's her face? I made it so that Null is worse, not worth. They have Killmonger, so it really didn't matter there. Headpool. Where's X23 going? Can X23 go mid for me? That's not mid, X23. I asked very specifically for you to go mid. Really just doesn't like listening. Apparently not. Just like her, honestly. Let's go Surge. Can I do this? What if I go Surge Grandmaster? You save Cosmic Ghost Rider for Null? True. Do we want to not have Prio? That's a great question. Do we just not want Prio? I think it's this, actually. I like the shout for trying to be able to Cosmic Ghost Rider them. I like that. They did have X23, so they could have just done it now. Or maybe they play Null mid. They do, so I can just play Cosmic Ghost Rider and win the game. Yep. Cool. Oh, they got a Mystique? Well, that's dumb. Wait, that Deathlock might have just won me the game. Did that Deathlock just win me the game? That Deathlock just won me the game. You're not the only one who got an amazing card from the hub. Because this is a hub Mystique, I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet this is a hub Mystique. Yeah, that's not even a throw. I don't even think that's a throw legitimately. Like, that's just... I think that makes sense for them, because then they're just saying they're going to try to win the middle and the right lane at that point. Because they're going to just destroy all their points because it actually spreads them out. It's basically them using like a Zola or akin to that. But we just... we both just got like a great card from the hub. Mine countered theirs though. Well, actually, I didn't use it against theirs. I don't know. That's still great. I love it. Let's keep going. Stark Industries is fun. We can play probably Angelo over in that lane. RNGesus took that person to the woodshed, then the lumber mill. You're not wrong. They thought they built up a really cool thing, and then, unfortunately, I also just messed... What is it? I got the exact same answer. This means... That's unfortunate. I don't love that. I don't love Great Web here, but I'm going to play it out. We've got a lot of move options. Oh, and what deck is running Sam and Sunspot? Is a deck running both of those cards now? I missed that. Are they running actually just like ongoing things, or what's their thing they're doing? I'm gonna play this so I can do Zombie Mr. Fantastic and Surge in that lane. I'm specifically doing it this way because I want to be able to play, what is it? I want to get the cheaper options for whatever my next card is. And I would like it to let me play a lot of cards onto Zombie Scarlet Witch next turn. Although the problem is I'm not currently winning over there. I could get lucky and win some stuff with Stark Industries splitting power my way. We'll see if that happens. Which, oh my gosh, did my Horde just take all of that power? It did, and my Silver Surfer first steps now gets the trigger. That went perfectly for me, didn't it? That was the best case scenario. That was just actually best case scenario, which is interesting. Huh. I'm going to play Zombie Scarlet Witch into... I might do Zombie Giant Man here in a second. I'm going to do Zombie Scarlet Witch into Kate Bishop into Grandmaster. One of my cards is getting pulled mid. I don't know which one it is. The Thing first steps. Is this an Ultron deck? I actually think I've seen this. Is this just Ultron? I feel like it might be. In which case, I'm gonna lose that middle lane. If it's just Ultron, I can win though, right? I could go, would I just go this? I go Zombie Giant Man. Actually, I have to activate first, right? I activate, and I'll actually play Red Guardian, and then I play Zombie Giant Man. If it's just Ultron, I think they're gonna Ultron mid, I win the game. Let's do it. Well, it's not just Ultron. What are they doing? Human Torch first steps into Rogue. I'm just hitting their Sam Wilson's shield. I'm gonna have 12 points with the Zombie Horde. Zombie Giant Man adding a lot more over there with that. I'm gonna be at 18. Rogue getting pulled over to the mid means that both, oh my gosh. They forgot about the Great Web. Wow, that's insane. So is this just an end of turn deck that's using Sam Wilson's shield in order to try to move, in order to try to fill like locations? That's interesting. Seems fun. We still won though. Keep going. You don't think Great Web even mattered? No, it technically didn't. I don't think so. We could have lost at most 4 points over here. So we would have gotten, what is it? We would have lost 4. And then Human Torch would have gotten only 2 more over there, right? That's it. So actually would have only gone up 1 more. Yeah, we won no matter what. That's fair. That's fair. We won no matter what, but them forgetting about the Great Web is still amusing to me. Next game. Strange Academy is fine. Nothing great there. Nothing great in hand either. Probably gonna go Kate Bishop on turn 2. This is the end of turn deck. We can do some stuff against that, especially with Red Guardian. Let's throw Kate on the board because we can just get points with that. Sunspot, again, yeah, definitely end of turn stuff. I might just, do I want to Red Guardian this? No, I want to Red Guardian I want to Red Guardian Invisible Woman if I can. I'll wait for that. Let's play Silver Surfer first steps in this right lane. Nah, let's play Angela into Kitty Pryde. Remember when I was talking about I wanted to hit Invisible Woman? Cool, we got that. Kitty Pryde's gonna go away. I'm not winning that location. That's still fine. I definitely do not want to put all my points over here, though. Oh, but I got Zombie Scarlet Witch. All right, we have to wait one more turn. Because they're going to go Fantastic Cards. This could be Jocasta next, probably. I'm going to have to Grapple Arrow, is what I'm going to have to do. Ooh, I don't love the Zombie Horde over here. I don't love that bit. That's not my favorite, though. We're going to go Red Guardian. Actually, am I going Red Guardian, Kitty Pryde into Grapple Arrow mid? This just moves whatever the next card is that I play to the mid. I like that. Or do I actually, or do I just want to move Red Guardian right now? I could just move Red Guardian right now. I'm going to move Red Guardian, actually. That's what I'm going to do. I should have snapped. That was a snapping moment. That should have been a snap, 100%. Because I could have gotten an extra cube out of them for them seeing my tech card. Is the correct way to play that out. I'm adding a lot of points over here, though. Zombie Horde over here. Oh my gosh, great Prodigy. Great Prodigy from them. The Prodigy has done jack all. Now there's no point in me snapping because it is basically just a boomer snap. And I'm maxed out my points mid, but also I'm going to be fine because of Zombie Scarlet Witch adding extra points over there. And I've got Zombie Giant Man. This game is just cooked. Actually, let's play for all three. This is safer. I actually like this play. This puts more points everywhere because I don't know where they're going to play their final their cards in this turn. And I don't want to snap because if I snap, I think they just retreat. So I'm going to specifically be playing this game for only 2 cubes. Yeah, they're not playing for the right lane anymore. Looks like they're still trying to play for the middle lane. But by me playing Zombie Giant Man in the left lane, I'm adding 13 points over there. So that's pretty safe. Havoc, Spider Ham, Fantastic Art adding a bunch of points mid. And then Giant Man going to be enough to win that left lane. Glad I played it that way. Gosh, I'm so happy that Invisible Woman First Steps went to 3 power. That's such a good change. Wouldn't have snapping also moved Hydra Bob? True, it would have. It would have been a 7 powered card. And if you went left, actually I would win no matter what, wherever Hydra Bob ended up, because then I win mid if he moves away from there. Yeah. God, I love the fact that that Invisible Woman First Steps took a hit. Let's go to next game. What are we... But if I had a Series 5 pack... I know this pack's for all the different series. I mean, Series 3 packs I don't think you should ever be getting. Because you just get those cards already. The only time you should get the Series 3s from the shop are when you get the free one. But I don't think you're ever supposed to actually buy a normal Series 3 card with tokens. I just don't believe it's worth it in the slightest. Surge, interesting. All right, we both got that card. I can Red Guardian them this turn. Do I do that?
This just in.
Hi, Evo. They might have my Red Guardian. And if they do, I can't do anything about that. Let's play Red Guardian right now into Kate Bishop. Is that mine? That may be mine. I don't see the border on it, so that I may be safe here. Oh yeah, so that's my card. Let's see if it is Red Guardian, so I lose my Surge trigger. Does anything have a bug where you can't undo your turn? It's just a bug that exists in all versions of Marvel Snap occasionally, unfortunately. Zombie Giant Man. Huh. That's fun. Well, it's happened on ladder, I can tell you that much. What are they doing? Warlock. Warlock stuff? Okay. I'm gonna play High Evolutionary. I need Kate Bishop because I actually need the Horde to go to the right lane, but I don't have a way to guarantee that currently, and that's unfortunate. That's a really big card. How badly does this go for me? Is the answer it never fails? I can't even use Zombie Mr. Fantastic. It never fails now that you're here. All right, Metallico, you're getting timed out if it fails. Whew, okay, saving Metallico right there. All right, I can win this lane. Now, in order to win, I go, I actually go what is it? I'm gonna go Absorbing Man, Grandmaster to move this giant man over to the mid. I then just play Zombie Scarlet Witch is not a card I actually play. Actually, is it still worth it to go Zombie Scarlet Witch? That's more points. It's this. There you go. This is my best way to win. Eight points only there. Unfortunately, let's see. We're basically just trying to not move all of our power away from that left lane because they can win there, and I can't stop that. Got 17. All right, I've got 23 in the right lane. Is that gonna be enough for us? Let's see. Red Hulk. Red Hulk doesn't get a trigger, Mr. Fantastic. I think I win, depending on how much energy they saved. Let's go. Never a doubt in my mind. But against a Destroy player, they spent so long setting up, I want all three lanes and finish the game on turn 5. There you go, it's good stuff. Yeah, we just dodged this. They really overcommitted over here. I mean, they thought, because I had Angela here, it makes sense they think I'm committing to this lane, especially since Zombie Giant Man. But that's one of the great things about Grandmaster. I absolutely love that. That's so good. Starting off against Shark Attack. No, Sharp Attack. Nothing to play immediately. Deadpool. Oh, we're running against Destroy stuff. Black Prism is really sick. You almost gotta be saying Black Soup. No, Taco Soup. Taco Soup's really good. Let's go Surge immediately. Hunger at the mid is potentially awesome. If I can, Zombie Scarlet Witch into the Hunger mid might be amazing. I really want to wait on this a little bit to see what else we're going to get from them. What we got here? Otto's Lab. What? Why is chat freaking out about taco soup? Taco soup's delicious. Is taco soup really just a chili? In the same way that a quiche is really just a pie. And that in the same way that a hot dog is a sandwich. Am I just playing Hunger? I think I'm just playing Hunger. Okay. If it's Absorbing Man, that's not bad for us here. Absorbing Man just hits another Surge, which is fine. What are we getting? Remember when I said if it hits Absorbing Man, it's not bad for us? Like, actually, that's fine. The biggest thing is we actually lose the Surge trigger in the left lane. But that's fine. Like, I don't think actually I care about that, do we? Taco soup, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard of it before I married my wife, but now I know about it. It's delicious. I don't know. 15 power Hunger, by the way, or 15 power Horde is, y'all might not know this. That's really good. Is a one cost 15 power. It's not even a 1 cost. It's a 0 cost if you think about it. So it's even better. Am I going... If watch us be a Shang player, why would you bring that evil upon this world? I go Angela. Do I go Angela Grandmaster to get that other Surge trigger back? I think I do. No, but then I lose my Silver Surfer trigger. I'm going to go Angela Kate Bishop. I think that's the plan. You've had a 115 pre-OTA? Oh my gosh, this was a Shang player. I was gonna make fun of you being all like, I get this pre-OTA. Cool, you got a pre-OTA. I got it now and I like it. But also, we got the Shang-Chi. We dodged. I mean, that's called skill. Oh, that's amazing. They're probably running null, and if they are, do we care? Oh my. Oh my. Nulls is a billion left and Venom could be a billion mid. Can we beat the billion mid with a zombie giant man? We could Silver Surfer Steps right to copy Absorb Man. It would also, it has the potential to copy Kate Bishop, and I don't love that. You know what I could do? I can grapple arrow left and then zombie giant man. Or do I just play zombie giant man right now on the left? No, because I can hit surge. I want to float here. This might be really dumb, but I want to float. Because if I just go grapple arrow left into zombie giant man mid, that should pull the first zombie giant man, and then I get all the other ones. And the horde just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I don't know if it's the correct play, but it's the fun play. They're turning the next card they play into a demon. It's a deadpool. They can't win the right lane. I think we win the middle. And then if they null, like I honestly think we're okay here, y'all. Are we just fine? I'm gonna go basic arrow to put one more point onto Angela. I go grapple arrow and then zombie giant man, and I think we're fine. No! Second dinner, give me a button to see my really cool thing happen, second dinner, please. Second dinner. Why? No, opponent. Please. Let me do my cool thing. We were gonna get such a big number, chat. That was gonna be big. It was gonna be more than 3. That's so much fun. Legitimately, there's a chance we may not have needed to do anything else this game because of Bar Sinister. And all we had to do was just basically play Hunger on there and then the Zombie Giant Man enough to win. God, that's so much fun. That is so much fun. That's not a real person. Multiple people do the Batman name. That person had a 58,000 collection level, and their highest rank they ever got to was 73. That's a bot. I do love it that the bot is named a DC character. Did Second Dinner ever get in trouble for that? Because wasn't there that one stream, right, where they made it so a bunch of content creators were basically playing on their own private server, so they would play against each other? But one of the things they forgot to account for, or they gave them all new accounts, and one of the things they forgot to account for was upping their MMR ranking. Or just actually MMR ranking, the R in rank in MMR stands for ranking. So they forgot to update their MMR. So it gave everyone the playing against only bots. Yeah, it was a really awesome tournament. Not at all. It was dumb. Cool. Surge is here. That's atrocious. I'm gonna use Hunger probably went in this lane then. I have to wait. I wonder if I can actually save this for myself. If I go for Kate Bishop. Wait, Gambit, Proxima? Proxima, could you have gone over to the right lane for me, Proxima? You really couldn't have done that. Definitely could have, Proxima, but you just chose not to. Silver Surfer first steps over. I think I'm just going to leave her mid. And I'll keep waiting on the Hunger because there's no point in playing the Hunger now. I think... That happens very often. Surge, I'm really just not a fan of you right now, Surge, just so we can have that on the record. Can someone write that down for me that I'm mad at Surge? Although, to be fair, Surge isn't getting any extra points, which I appreciate. Kate Bishop. Now, here's the fun thing. Kate Bishop could win me the game. Right? I can win this game. I can flip this location if in either of the Kate Bishops, I get an acid arrow. And then I absorbing man it. I can do that. I can potentially win this game if I, in basically 4 triggers, I basically have it's like a 50% chance, I think, just in general, to make sure I hit everything. They've got Swarms discarded. Scorn. Khonshu. Khonshu can also win me the game. Oh, come on, First Steps. I need First Steps to give me the acid arrow, or Khonshu just works for me. Or this game just hates me is the other option, which is unfortunately extremely viable. Come on, acid arrow, please. Yes! Thank God. Okay. Hold. Hold. Acid arrow. Absorbing man. Kitty Pride. Pim arrow. Okay. Even though this doesn't go over, I win this lane. Watch this. I win the game. That's insane. I love this tech. I love this tech. Absorbing man onto the acid arrow has actually been one of the best combos I never would have expected. I love it. That's so good. The thing is building a horde. I didn't do the thing. I think the thing is using the horde. But doing the other thing, I guess maybe is the funny thing with this. Yeah, can we please get a wellness check on our opponent's phone? Please, can we just get a, can someone do a wellness check on that? Thank you. That's awesome. That's an 8-cuber. That's a lot of fun. This deck's so much fun. It's so enjoyable, yeah. All right, let's talk about this deck. Let's break it down and just talk about the ins and outs of this stuff. So this deck's an absolute blast. I really enjoyed it, and especially with the latest OTA, the Horde mechanic feels like it's really come into its own. I'm actually going to go on to out on a limb and say that I don't think that the Horde mechanic getting buffed in Zombie Giant Man and Zombie Scarlet Witch is the big thing that really actually buffed the archetype as a whole. I actually would argue that more pieces of the Horde deck, Horde archetype, whatever you want to call it, the Horde package, getting released in the game have done a lot, because I was actually playing a version of actually just the same deck before the OTA, and it already felt pretty fun and pretty interesting. And now post OTA, it feels even better. So I would argue that if you want to talk about the biggest stuff that matters about this deck, it's the fact that we have more and more pieces for the Horde mechanic. And I love being able to use that to build a really big payoff for Zombie Giant Man, which really goes into the fact that I don't believe that Zombie Giant Man should have been the first card released this season. I think it just, if anything, proves the fact that I really would prefer it had to have released maybe instead of Hunger. If Hunger released the very first day along with Zombie Scarlet Witch, I think this would have been an incredibly different time for just the Horde as a whole, which is interesting. I don't know, but it also makes me really wonder what the deck looks like once we get Zombie Sentry at the end of the month, or maybe it's next week, I don't remember, but maybe a Red Guardian gets tossed out for this, and you put in Zombie Sentry for extra fun stuff. And the interesting thing about this deck is that it does let you do your weekend missions. So if you're struggling with those and you want to have some fun, I think this deck is a really enjoyable one. It's done really well as far as I can tell, pre and post Infinite. So just in general, I think a solid pile of cards. And if you're looking for specific things, some of the things I talk about during the video, I always play Surge when I can. I actually oftentimes like to play Angela onto the Zombie Scarlet Witch in order to get additional triggers for Zombie Scarlet Witch, because that actually creates more of a point, creates more points on the board than playing Angela into Zombie Scarlet Witch. I always like to, again, try to save the Hunger for playing on Zombie Scarlet Witch or sometimes Angela if I have to. This deck really kind of rides or dies on Zombie Giant Man, so if you want to be able to have a big payoff, it really matters there. And I think in terms of replaceable cards, I will say I think Zombie Giant Man, Zombie Scarlet Witch, and the Hunger, I would argue all three of those are irreplaceable. I think you would need all of those cards to play this deck. If you don't have Zombie Mr. Fantastic, you don't need it. I don't believe you need Zombie Mr. Fantastic to be able to play this pile of cards. I think he's fine for the Horde mechanic. I just don't think he changes the entire game, nor does he matter enough. He actually, it's interesting, I actually thought he was going to be one of the more busted cards this from the season, and he's really kind of just middled out because it's difficult trying to reconcile creating the Horde on the board, but then also getting all the other stuff. Maybe that changes when Zombie Sentry comes out. But for now, I'd recommend doing that out. If you don't have Surge, I'd probably say you want to go with, again, like a Nico. So I would check some of the cards that they were also recommending if you were missing other replacements. We're looking over at, if you just want to go for additional ways to try to force Zombie Scarlet Witch to trigger, you can try to go with a Prodigy potentially. Or if you want to be able to have an additional way to put points into the Hunger, you could try to go with even a Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster's another interesting card. If you're missing cards like Surge, Zombie Mr. Fantastic, if you're missing Grandmaster and Kate Bishop related cards, as well as Red Guardian, put your tech card of choice in Red Guardian slot. I like Red Guardian because he does allow for an on reveal for Silver Surfer first steps. But you can try to do a different type of on reveal. There's a world where you could be trying to even try to do some weird stuff with like Festus, or chat was even saying you could try to go for a crystal in order to try to really make sure that you draw your Zombie Giant Man. In that case, maybe you can go with an Adam Warlock. But I don't believe, if you are missing Silver Surfer first steps, I'm also going to say I really think you need her. I think she's a really good card in this deck because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get as many triggers of Zombie Giant Man as possible. Trying to make that Horde as big as possible and then get the payoff for the Horde as quickly as you can and make that as big as possible as well, which just makes Grandmaster a little bit better as well. Maybe the deck needs Grandmaster, so you shouldn't swap him out. But in general, those are the types of replacements and suggestions I'd make on those cards. Maybe, I don't know, Mercury fun stuff. But let's talk about the individual cards, and then we can actually go into just why they're so good and what I feel about them, because there are now like 4 different zombie cards that I feel like we could break down and talk about each one of them. Zombie Mr. Fantastic is a really cool card. I think it's a very interesting ability. Actually, I just lied. It's not cool. It's not really interesting. This card kind of feels like the middle child out of all of these Hordes. Like, the Horde mechanic feels really cool, and it feels like it could do a lot more stuff, but he feels like he could be a 2-3, and that's weird to me to say, that because he is basically like a 2-4, kind of akin to Mr. Sinister, but it just doesn't matter enough. Even if I'm getting the extra 2 points onto the Horde, and then it gets the bonus right for the Zombie Giant Man, whatever, if I get multiple copies of Zombie Giant Man triggering, it just doesn't feel like it's an impactful enough change or buff that it matters. At the most part, the give 4 of your created cards plus 1 power makes it so that you really want to be able to use Kate Bishop with there, because then you are getting the additional created cards, and it makes it so I'm enjoying those locations that are actually like the Sacred Timeline. I think the one that basically lets you copy your opening hand, that one makes it fun. But I don't know, he's definitely one of the most passable of this zombie archetype. Whereas I would argue that the Hunger definitely isn't. This card actually, as the most recent card entering this Horde archetype as a whole, is really good and just honestly powerful. I've really enjoyed this card, and I think it creates a lot of just wins on its own, because the Hunger just giving you an additional trigger onto either your Angela or your Zombie Scarlet Witch is insanely beneficial. It's really powerful, and it can do a lot of good stuff. So it's just a simple card, but if you don't have this card, you can currently get it in Sanctum Showdown, so I recommend trying to go for it. You can get it for free. You don't have to spend any gold, nothing, no resources. It's just play the game. It's not even something you have to buy in the shop. You just play it to get it. So if you want to play with the Horde mechanic, if you've got these other Horde cards, Zombie Scarlet Witch and Zombie Giant Man, I'd recommend trying to go for the Hunger in order to make a pretty good package just out of those 3. And of course, speaking of Zombie Scarlet Witch, I do think that this buff is very impactful. The fact that now she is dodging Red Guardians a little bit easier. She is also just more base stats at her location to make it so that the location you're committing your most amount of points to in order to keep retriggering her ability doesn't feel as bad. This is just a really impactful buff. I don't know if we're going to need this buff, is my current opinion on it. I don't know if we actually will need Zombie Scarlet Witch to be a 3-4 in the coming weeks, because second dinner I said the Horde mechanic actually felt pretty balanced according to them, but they had all of the pieces. Now we're only missing a single piece right now, but even with just the pieces that we do have, the Horde mechanic feels really cool and interesting. I don't know if Zombie Scarlet Witch getting that additional +2 is going to matter that much in the end, and maybe they will have to revert it. Maybe it's going to be too good of a season pass card. They said they would do so if it did, and let's be honest, it's not the first time they release a card that's too good. It's also not the first time they released a card that was too bad, though. And speaking of the cards that released a lot weaker, we do have Zombie Giant Man. Now, Zombie Giant Man now getting to a 4th point of power just on the base is really cool and really impactful. I don't know if it's going to matter as much as we get into the later just bits of the season. I don't think that that is as impactful as his ability getting the +2 instead of the +1 now. I think that matters a lot more, especially considering that we are trying to re-trigger his ability as many times as possible. And I think that is the best way you can try to play him. So I really like that bit. I think that that is where the majority of it matters. And I'm happy about that bit. I really like Zombie Giant Man as a payoff for this deck now. I think immediately it sucked, but now that we've got more pieces, like I said, it's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this deck, this video, and if you're looking for some fun stuff to do for these weekend missions for the new cards, try out this pile. Of course, it's always down in the description below. Appreciate y'all hanging out to the end. Have a good one, have a great one. Until the next one, peace out.